the pitching is the top concern, which you knew I was going to say that.
I knew you were going to say that.
But I only say that because the whole thing rides on their starting pitching, in my opinion, because if they weren't getting starting pitching for 3 weeks, and that in turn screwed the bullpen up because it became overworked and overexposed and overused. Reed Garrett was hanging sliders probably because his arm felt like a pile of mush, he's being used every day. And that's not fair to him, and it's not fair to evaluate him based on those conditions.
Obviously, the answer is they need help at all these positions. Realistically, they're not going to be able to get that. And I do think obviously pitching is a concern. They're going to have to address it in multiple ways between starting pitcher and reliever.
Mm-hmm.
But I would actually have it a little bit lower on my list only because I think there are more answers and solutions to upgrade their pitching than there are to upgrade at these two position spots, because these are two premium positions, right? Between third base and center fielders. There's not a lot of good ones out there. And when there are, there's going to be competition for them. And when you look at the Mets farm system, they really don't have guys remotely close to being ready to fill in either of those positions either. Center field, the closest guy is Drew Gilbert, and he's been, pretty up and down in AAA. I don't think he's going to come up here and make a huge impact, at least this year. Well, in between those three guys at third base, Beatty's been the best one, just because he's been basically league average, while the other two, Vientos significantly below league average again. Mauricio has barely played enough to even factor in there. But, all to be said about Beatty, and he had that awesome hot streak for a couple of weeks in May. He's got a 578 OPS since June 1st.